welcome to the newest indoor adventure in Monster Noire, the Mines of Madness. Today is February 24th, 2021, and you are loved. That is a very important thing that we like to remind each and every single one of our viewers and listeners at the beginning of each and every single one of these games. If this is your first time joining us, you can go to youtube.com/indooradventures to check up on all of the VODs of each of the games that we have played up until this point, or you can go towards where anywhere audiocasts are made available for free. You can find us there under the same moniker. And speaking of things that are being made available for free, if you go to patreon.com/indooradventures, you can check up on our after show called Nights in the Courtyard, where we answer questions not only from each other, but also from the community. So if you have any questions that you would like to ask myself or any of these other fine folk, feel free to join us on Discord. You can find the link in the Twitch chat off to the side or in the description of this video or audio cast, wherever you are currently enjoying this from. But if you already support us on Patreon, you already support us on Twitch and YouTube and all of those other wonderful places, and you're trying to think to yourself, where can I go to help support this wonderful show even more? Guess what, buddy? We got your back. Quite literally, in fact, because if you go to Indoor Adventure, no S at the end, .redbubble.com, we got t-shirts, we got posters, we got mugs, we got crop tops, throw pillows, journals, shower curtains, clocks, aprons, and most importantly, we also have Tia masks. That's right, we have masks with the symbol of Tiamat upon them, done by our very own Cyberwolf 1201, where all of the proceeds of those masks end up going to help support Doctors Without Borders. So if you would like to help support a good cause or possibly help support the show, you can once again go to Indoor Adventure, no S at the end, .redbubble.com. But that is it for my spiel. So, hey Satan, who you playing today?
Hi, I'm Satan. I use she, they pronouns, and today I'll be playing Baba Yaga, who uses she, her pronouns.
Hi, I'm Jen, and I use she, her pronouns, and I'll be playing Koski the Trickster, and he uses he, him pronouns.
Hey everybody, I'm going to be playing as Philly, the headless horse girl, and we both use she, her.
Tonight I am the indoor adventurer, he, him, and tonight I shall be playing as Cain! Gobble gobble! Also he, him.
Graybeard of Graybeard's Tavern, and tonight I'll be the storyteller here, the improv poker, the shoving them into situations individual, and I use he, him, generally speaking, for myself, but you never know what character may appear. So, if you've never been here to Monster Noire, it's an improv game that we created one night before the day we played it, and we have been playing it for 2 years. How long? Forever?
A lot.
We're going on year 2.
Okay, all right.
You guys remember when we said this is going to be a one-shot?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that didn't happen. Anyway, a few things about the world just to kind of get us rolling. It's a world where supernatural things exist. Supernatural, Hellboy, Dark Shadows, what's the Australian one with the vampires? What We Do in the Shadows, yeah. All that kind of stuff. That's where this happens, and we've rolled it into a wonderful nougat-filled chocolate bar of 1920s noir aesthetic. So that's where we are. And anybody wanna, I'll give 1d4 luck points to anyone who wants to give a recap of last time.
Like last time, or like November last time?
November last time. That's why it's a D4 of luck points.
All right. So last we left off in November, there were turkeys that were not turkeys. They were aliens from a far realm of madness, and we ended up having to go up against them. And then we figured out that the little turkeys weren't the problem. There was like a primordial god turkey of madness who was showing through. And Cain looked at the center of the void, and the void went back to him. So, that happened. He went a little crazy. Beltane, thinking that, grabbing Cain and giving him a little bit of a shimmy shake out of it would probably help, did not. They ended up going a little bit crazy together. And then the entire gang, I don't remember how, or no, Beltane took Cain to an active volcano and tried to, bind the primordial from Cain into the volcano, but Cain was crazy and wanted to sacrifice himself, leaving Philly and Lilith back in our New England homestead. But then Philly used their travel powers to get them to Russia, to that volcano in Siberia, to talk to them. Things were said, feelings were hurt. Beltane turned into his original form, one of his original forms, and Cain attacked Philly. Not cool. Don't do that to your significant other, regardless of if it's Thanksgiving or Valentine's Day. And Cain was going all castaway with Philly's head, and the two of them teleported away, leaving Beltane in a maddened state and Lilith in a very not as good looking state. I mean, she looks beautiful regardless, but stat wise she was a little run down, which led us to the events of last session. But where we left off with Cain and Philly was that they were just in the middle of the Siberian wasteland, letting an immortal guy go crazy in the woods with the severed head of the fey creature that he is fond of, while the headless fey creature stood, I believe, on a mountainside and looked down almost like the Grinch on Whoville, but that was just my own mental recollection of it.
Billy, would you like to buy into this insanity?
Sure. Yeah, I think. Okay, so where we are left off is that Cain is in Siberia. He has got Philly's head, and Philly's body is keeping a watch over him. I think that when we left off last time, it was literally just a smash cut of Cain attacking her. And I think that's how he got a hold of her head.
All right. Because I that's where I was like, okay, wait. I know there was some stabbing happening, and then I could not remember how the head got separated from the Philly body, and swamp. There was a separation.
Yes. So I think that Philly has had to separate from her head and also from Cain to go off and kind of recoup, because when we last left off, she was pretty low on the old HP, I believe.
Yes.
So she has retreated for the time being. I think she gets the idea that she'll be able to track him down since he has her head.
Yeah.
But I think that she's going to retreat and she's going to call for backup.
All right. Okay. So, why don't because we're gonna spend some time with Cain and Philly. Why don't Satan and Koss, why don't you guys roll those D4s for them? Koss, you're for Cain. Satan, you're for Wings.
Two.
2.
3, 4 rings.
All right.
So many luck points.
Good luck. You'll need them.
And those numbers are on top of our overall
yes.
luck points.
Yep. Just smash it in over.
Amazing. I got 8 luck points I'm sitting on.
God.
All right.
3 is more than I would normally have to begin with.
All right. Okay. Well, as we broach the veil, the opening credits, everything always fades black. I don't know what the credits actually look like. Maybe it's some stylized monster noir and then they go warble, warble, and they black out to a black screen.
It's just stills of a sleepy New England town that, as the credits continue to roll out and spooky music plays, like more fog fills up the area until at the end of the song, it's full fog. Title goes to black. We're back where we were.
Perfect. As we fade in over the the tundra that is the Russian plains, we sweep in on the wind to see the back of Cain. For some reason, I was thinking you have a cloak, but that was only in your
That was only in my wild hunt form.
Okay, all right. So your coat is whipping forward around, and you've got Philly's head. Philly, do you have that? You have your widow's hat, right?
I think that's probably fallen off by now.
Okay, so what does your head look like?
I think that right now, first of all, it's got long red hair and freckles across the nose and the sparkling green eyes. However, I think that she has put herself into a catatonic state, just kind of like shut down for the moment. So like she's got like this ghostly pallor to her face, and her eyes are wide open and just staring directly ahead. So like she doesn't respond to Cain at all, but I doubt that changes whether or not he talks to her.
No, getting an earful.
Okay, so you are mad, but not still I
don't think we fully exercised him.
Okay, all right. I'm gonna say, how about we say that your hat is still there, Philly, just for another scene or so.
It's with your
Okay.
body. You're like holding on. To
It's
this
on.
hat.
It's on her neck.
I was saying it was still on your head, if that's
Yeah.
okay, because
Yeah,
I've got a moment of scenery madness
To
that.
be fair, where we last left off Cain, he had just arrived at this forest, so this hat could just still be like it hasn't been lost yet.
Yeah, you've got the head like held, and the hat is like crushed down, so it's like usually this big brim with this veil, right?
Oh, it's like a taco.
Yeah, so now it's crushed down, yeah, like that, and then the veil goes even farther. So
Gotta
then
make
there's
sure her ears are warm.
yeah, and so there's just the red hair locks hanging out of it. So it almost looks as we sweep up from behind, it looks almost as the hair is winging and stuff. It almost looks like blood dropping out and pouring out of this. And Cain, you as you're stepping towards the forest, in your mind, you think, yeah, it's because it was November, right?
Yeah.
When we last, okay. So you were thinking, I didn't get to carve a pumpkin. I should probably carve a pumpkin. And then you look down at the head and you see a pumpkin. And you raise your knife like, I'm going to carve this, and you sit down, and as you put the pumpkin in your lap, crisscross applesauce style in the snow, as you go to like stab it, you look and you think, oh, it's already been carved.
Someone's already got this one.
It has a face. Here, I just have to remove this stem. And you pull the hat off, and then we get that eyeless stare at you, the catatonic stare that's staring up at you. And you've got your knife, and you're like, somebody already carved this one. You stick the knife in the frozen permafrost that you're sitting in. What would you say to the head? The pumpkin?
The pumpkin just sort of like looks up at it and just, well, how are you supposed to put a candle inside of this one? He sort of like gives it a little bit of a shake. And then like looks at all of the hair coming back off of the end. I think Cain would probably just be like, stem's too long. It needs to be free. And just like hack job at the back of Philly's long red hair. Like she got short hair now.
Yeah, so now it falls pixie cut style. You know how like, when people do that, but it ends up looking better than you thought it would.
Yeah. No, but like I imagine like the red hair is like around the face now, and because it looks a little gaunt, it's more pumpkin-esque for Cain. And be like, we need to get you some brothers and sisters, and just sort of like holding it up, trying to find like the perfect angle for where a candle could possibly go. And he just is like stumbling away looking for either like some sort of large thing he can carve into another pumpkin.
And whilst that's happening, what would Philly say? It's not Philly, but what would Philly's disembodied pumpkin head say to Cain?
His delusion.
Mm-hmm.
We need to get you some brothers and sisters.
Hey, Cain. Hey there, buddy. How's it going?
It has been a few years since a pumpkin spoke to me. How are you doing, you good gourd?
Is it Harker's voice?
Yeah, it is.
Awesome. Now,
Harker?
What I'm going to ask is it Harker?
That's a real good question. It's gotta be, right?
Mm-hmm.
Harker's
okay.
I assume Harker's been waiting for one of our group of fuck-ups to fuck up just enough to be like, I'm actually the devil. Like,
so then do we get a scene of Harker somewhere in ritual space or something?
Yeah, there's a cut to like a dark basement with a trench coated like noir detective looking person, but like a little bit more like ragged. Like the trench coat is stained and frayed. She's been on the run for months now, but she's sitting in the middle of a pentagram and circle, and she's got a couple of hands up to her head, and her eyes are glowing red, and she's got this smile on her face, and as always, her lipstick is immaculate. And she says, Cain, I think you find yourself in kind of a pickle here.
why do you say that, Mr. Pumpkin Face?
Okay. All right. This is gonna be interesting. Okay.
What issue have I found myself in? That volcano was weird. They should have let me die. But you'll never let me die, will you, Pumpkin?
That has yet to be seen. All right. Here, hold on.
And
I'm getting bad reception here. Can you move me around a little bit? I need to see.
Cain just like slow blinks and then rotates the head around, but like puts it on top of his, and he's just sort of like rocking back and forth while he walks like big goose steps in either direction. Just like, is this better? Is this better?
As he turns the face of Philly around, like her eyes are now glowing red. And as Harker is using Philly's head as a focus to be able to like speak to Cain, and she says, "Oh well, what the fuck? Are you in? Where are you, Michigan?"
I am pretty sure I'm in Iowa. I don't know what I'm doing here, but I heard that there is a dreaded population of those outworlder bird beasts here. You know, someone should really do something about that. They're gonna get overgrown. People might start thinking that they're part of a national holiday or something.
All right, okay. I see how this is going.
Wait a second, you're not a pumpkin at all, are you? Are you like a ghost pumpkin?
Yes.
I knew it.
Cain, I need you to listen to me very carefully.
How do you know my name, Ghost Pumpkin?
I want to say that Harker actually pauses there, and we get this like moment of, oh fuck.
Because I'm a ghost pumpkin.
You know what? That checks out. You're right. I'm sorry for questioning you.
Cain, I need you to start walking, okay?
Which direction? Backwards, forwards, or facing that way?
Hold on. Move me around a little bit. I need to get a look. You need to get a look around. Okay, hold on.
This is like
All
dancing.
right. I have no idea where you are. You know what? I will get back to you. The eyes blink back to the dead, just glassy look, and back in Harkertown, she kind of like hits the salt circle, and she stands up and she spreads out a map, and she gets out a crystal and she starts like waving it around to try and find out where Cain is.
It does like a divining rod type action. You know, you're moving the crystal, and then it starts dipping, and then you're like, okay.
If you've ever seen Charmed, when they like just spin that crystal around, and then it like a magnet, it just goes like chook.
And it you know, as you're waving it around, it goes swoop, and just flies off the map to the, let me think real quick. Flies off the map to what would be west, because this is a state map that you've got, and it wings itself off, and it like shoots into the side of the wall, and it's like literally stuck in the wall of the wherever this is.
Is there a world map on that wall?
Let's go ahead and say there is a world map there, and it is you know, Kamchatka, you know, it's way the hell out in the middle of Siberian nothingness.
Exactly. And she looks at that, and I think that whenever we see this Harker, it's always like either a view from her back or like from the bottom of her face downward, and she kind of turns around. She says, Cain, what have you gotten yourself into?
And we're gonna, and it's obviously noir lighting too, where it's, you know, just a little bit of this and everything else is shadow, a little bit of that and everything is shadow, and there seems to be candles everywhere for no apparent reason, but that's the only light in the background, is these flickering candles, and so everything is basically white, black, except for Harker's lipstick, and her eyes were red, obviously, when the connection was there. Yeah, and so, yeah, what have you gotten yourself into? Koski, something, I'm going to say it this way, something pings on your radar. Something is not something is foul in Denmark, but something is rotten in Kamchatka. You spiritually, you feel an old spirit or something of quite a lot of dread, and sort of a trickster presence just pings for a moment to you. What does Kashki look like?
He's a frail-looking, bent old man, has kind of a gray skin, big beard down his face, across his belly. He wears old furs and cloaks, has a crown he's stolen from somebody, doesn't remember who, has furs that are from wolves and various other animals, has a big bag on the side of his body, and has a necklace that holds what looks to be an egg and then a sewing needle on front of it, kind of like a pouch on top of a pouch. And he just looks up and squints. I'm the only trickster here. He gets up, pulls out a book and throws it on the wall. I'm the only trickster. Yells for his roommate.
Okay. Who's your roommate?
He'll shout for Baba Yaga.
Okay. All right, good. Because Baba Yaga, you had a large cauldron, and you were stirring it, and you suddenly like not chills, but like the hackles, they're like hairs on the back of your neck we tingled, and you get the sense that again something is rotten in Kamchatka. And then as soon as you feel that and you make the noise, you hear Kashki call out to you.
Kasky!
Wow,
What is it? What's that?
somebody's trying to take my stuff.
We're
Yeah, there's
supposed
a
to be
bunch of
the only
things.
rotten thing here.
I know. I tried. I'm gonna go get it. Gonna tell it off. It's mine. This is my
Oh, you're gonna
place.
tell off? You're gonna tell
Yeah,
it
I'm
off?
gonna tell
Yeah.
it off. I'm gonna tell it off.
Yeah.
I told
Okay.
off the
Well, good
last
luck.
one.
Oh yeah, like you just bribed them to leave.
Well, it's not my fault King Arthur decided to settle down in Russia. I'm the only lich that's supposed to be here.
So are you actually gonna deal with it? Are you gonna take them down, or are you gonna bribe them?
Take
Are you
it
gonna
down.
ask?
Okay, I
are you
got
gonna
my
ask- are you
daggers.
gonna
I
be
got
like,
all
oh,
my
please,
daggers.
can you leave? Because this is my territory. Oh,
This
oh,
is my
pretty
territory.
please.
Yes.
Knock, knock, knock.
What? She just puts her stirring stick down and goes over. Baba Yaga's like an old, crotchety woman with like a really snow white hair, piercing. I want to say like blue or purple eyes. You're not sure what color it is. And she has very much covered like a headscarf, long
Babushka.
a babushka, long and layered clothing. She opens the door really rough. It's like, what? Who are you? What do you want?
You don't buy cookies here.
Don't want what you're selling.
You are greeted with the image of a woman in mourning from the neck down, and then from the neck up, there's nothing.
Is it a new play out of Petersburg?
No, shit. Who are you, honey? Oh wait, you can't talk.
She will respond in sign language.
Okay. Philly. Okay. I don't know if anybody's told you this, but you're kind of missing a bit of yourself, honey.
Yes, I know. I need your help, please.
Wait, are you one of those Russian peoples? No, you're not Russian. You're
No,
Irish.
no.
Get out of
Yeah,
our
you-
territory. Get
hey,
out of
hey,
here.
Hey, are you the rotten thing? No,
No,
she's not rotten. I can't
no,
smell
she's
it on
one of
her.
the fairy types. From
I
out
know
of
the fairy
the
type.
islands.
I know the fairy type. Are
Need
you
to
done?
go
Are you?
visit
Can I
your-
talk to her now? Are you done? Okay.
We're not buying cookies. Go
Go to your corner. Okay. Well, you need our help. Okay. Well, honey, I don't work for free. You gotta. It's you gotta equal exchange here, like you fairies do.
She says, I can't touch gold.
I don't care for gold, now do I?
What would you want?
Horses.
Yeah, don't you? You're a dual hand. Is that what you are? I can smell it off you, the death.
Yes.
Give me a horse. One of those fancy ghost horses of yours.
She snaps a finger and echoes. Mist rolls in, and this gorgeous steed rolls in. It's got it's got almost translucent skin, so that you can see the skeleton underneath. But otherwise, it's a very nice gray dappled mare with long white hair that covers its face.
I love it. She works quickly. Okay, give me 1 second. She's gonna take the horse and press her hand to a wooden panel of her house, and it opens up a doorway into a stable, and then she leads the horse in there, and then the wood closes back up. Okay, so what do you need for help?
My boyfriend
Oh, it has to do with your boyfriend.
You
Cosby,
have
it has to
feel
do
his
with her
heart,
boyfriend.
quite literally.
Yeah, you
She
gotta
pulled the heart out of
open
the
up.
chest.
Yes.
He's gone mad. We need to go into his mind and set things right.
Why
A
would you
little
want to
bit of
do
madness
that?
never hurt anyone,
Yeah,
sweetie.
madness is a good foundation for a relationship.
Yes.
Sorry. She came to the wrong people. Okay, this is the wrong kind of madness. This is an evil madness. The kind of madness that needs to be thrown out, struck
Okay.
out.
Okay.
She
okay,
struggles to find the right sign for this.
Okay. You know, I'll
See
take your word for it.
possession.
Succession. Okay. Okay, honey. Do you know where is your boyfriend with you?
In a manner of speaking.
I mean, first of all, we're not speaking. Well, you're not speaking.
You keep him
uh,
inside your chest. Is
Is
that
he
what
in
you
your
do?
bag?
She's got like her hands over her chest in like, you know, a pleading fashion. And she like kind of like puts her hands down like, no.
Okay. So do you need us to go to him?
Yes.
Okay, come in, sweetie. Oh, I'm so sorry. You're out in the cold here. Here, I'll put you next to the fire. Oh, you have a lovely dress. Where'd you get it? So cute. Looks really good on you, sweetie. Come on.
We can get you a dress another time, Yaba Yaga. We have to go find this.
Oh,
wayward
yeah, you
thing.
can get me a dress another time. That's what you said last
We
time. You didn't
can
give me no
go
dress. And
to-
look at me. I'm still in the same
We
old
could
rags I
go
was
to
3
St.
years ago, but
We
no.
wanted to go to St. Petersburg, but you said no.
She's gonna sit Philly down by the fire and then pat her the wall of her house. Okay, honey, come on, time to wake up. And you kind of feel the house shiver
Oh no.
and starts getting up. And I'm going to use my Why Did the Chicken Cross the Road? And the house is gonna get up onto two really large chicken feet that look like they're made out of wood. And it's
I
gonna
have a question.
Yeah.
The implication here seems to be that it can take us into the spirit world, you know, to get to the other side.
Yeah. Yeah. You think you're the only one that can ride your little horses through the spirit world, sweetie? Nuh-uh.
And
That's you go with the right house.
we definitely, like, you know, as the audience go outside, swirling snow from the cozy warm inside, and we see the house shiver, and then it just, you know, stands up on these wooden chicken legs, and total ATST on Hoth, like starts, you know, tromping along.
Much like a chicken, the house is stabilized like the chicken head.
Yep. Yeah. So the house doesn't warble. It's
No.
just the legs
Yeah.
going. All right. Who? Somebody's got to give me a moxie roll to get to where you're headed here.
I can do that.
All right.
I know she's meant to be Russian, but I went with like some old like Jewish grammar of Queens or something. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
All right. Yeah, the house is able to get you there. Cain, we're gonna, whilst that is occurring, Cain, you're wandering the wilderness in search of more pumpkins still.
Yeah, I think that Cain would probably end up seeing like a snow-covered rock or a stump and try and be like, oh, that's a pumpkin. And so like he sets down Philly's head, goes to like stab into it, realizes it's a rock, gets a little like one of those things, like maybe his knife that he was using breaks. He's like, fuck it. Like tosses it over his shoulder. He has more knives on him.
Right.
But like when he goes to like grab for the other knife, he gets the idea that he can make pumpkins. So he starts like making snowmen
Right.
and like
Perfect.
rolling snow up. So the first snowman is 2 snowballs, and then he puts Philly's head on top of it.
Okay, good. I was headed there to myself.
Second snowman, he cut off a bunch of Philly's hair. So, like, the next 3 snowmen, one has, like, a large red beard. The other has, like, long red, like, eyebrows. Another has, like, mutton chops. Like, he's just, like, throwing that shit on. Like, he is in full goblin mode. Like, everything can be part of this grand design. And I feel like he's just, like, making snowmen. Like, he is, like, so lost in the ability to make, like, big snowmen, tiny snowmen. And then, like he's just, like, lost in it. Like, this is his jam. He's, like, singing to himself with, like, this very avant-garde ragtime tune while just, like, rolling up snow.
Give me I guess I'm thinking fortitude, but just a sec. No, it's got to be Moxie. Give me a Moxie roll.
I'm gonna use 2 luck points to re-roll, because that seems like a strong thing. That is a 9.
All right.
Or wait, can I use a luck point on the second roll as well? Yeah, I'll use 1 luck point to boost it.
Okay, so you get a 10.
Yeah.
So instead of a nightmarish version of this, what we see is Cain turns. He, like, puts the head on the one, and it's got mutton chops, and he turns. And when he turns, the snow that we saw, it's all still there. But as we look this way, it's Lilith's club. And when you look back, all those snowmen are people at the club, and the band is up there near the piano, like, looking at you like it's time.
Oh yeah.
You know, boom, 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 waiting for the for the keys to get there.
So I feel like Cain, there's probably like 2 rocks that are next to each other. And one of them is around, like, the place where you could sit. And so he, like, brushes off, sits down in the snow, and then, like, clears a spot for where there would be a keyboard and just starts, like, just fucking smashing his fingers into the snow. But, like, he's, like, yelling out the notes. Yeah, no, he's just, like, he is going to town with this song, like, the Sound of Madness that's playing in his head, and I feel like as it reaches its swelling point, he would probably, like, stand up and try and dance with Snowman Philly.
Okay.
And just one of those, like, fancy seeing you here. All these places. You like the tune, Dollface? And then, like,
and
I think he still calls her Pumpkin at this point.
Okay, but is the in the madness, is the snowman Philly?
Yes.
Or is it okay.
Yeah,
so,
it's Philly. Like, in his mind, he's, like, having, like, a really fun, like, dance time with Philly. In reality, it's, like, it's probably just, like, a chunk of snow that had freezing rain on it, so it's just, like, a really cumbersome piece of snow.
And does it have her head?
It did until he started dancing with it, and at which point it's probably, like, rolled off, and he's just, like, having this large chunk be the, like, body and dance. But then it's, like, head is rolled off, and it's probably, like, neck pointing up, upside down in the snow, like, next to the body that
because Philly is like even taller than Cain.
Cain's
yeah,
like
so
5'10".
So yeah, Philly's head, like you said, is in the snow, one dead eye looking up, at us, and the hair that's left is like pooled out in the snow
just a little bit.
So,
it's the. God, I know it's not Footloose. It's the scene. It's the movie where the guy, like, slides in his socks that everyone thinks is Tom Cruise.
Risky Business.
It's Risky Business. It's that part of Risky Business, but with Cain dancing by himself, and, like, the camera angle is just Philly's one eye, like, viewing this, which means Harker is probably seeing this, just like, what the fuck is wrong with this dude? He's snapped. He's gone.
Yeah. So, yeah. Yaga Baba, your house just stops, and again, it's because you're gyroscoped. You just stop, and you're like, "Well, we must be here."
I think we're here with your boyfriend, sweetheart.
The house
Um,
moves like a Segway, like you have to lean forward in
Yeah.
it for it to go.
She'll open the windows and see just Cain like dancing and screaming.
What
No?
what you see is one of his daggers stuck in the snow.
Ah.
Where the initial ping came from, that's where you guys have gone. So
Well, he's not here anymore, sweetie. I don't know where he went.
I want that dagger, Baba Yaga. Put
Go
the house
get it
down.
yourself.
Put the house down.
Philly's gonna like run over to the window, and on her neck there's like a little votive that like goes and opens up, and there's like a single eye in there that like peers around and locks on that dagger. She is going to like pull the window open and then just like jump out.
There's a door, young lady.
No.
I could have gotten it for
What
her.
a rude fairy. Like, honestly, there's.
And
I
Oh,
thought
no.
you were supposed
She
to be
she
like
hikes up her skirts and runs.
but when she leaps out, I mean, we get the total like Batman like black
Yeah.
cloth flying behind her, right? So
Oh,
it's-
for sure.
okay, and then she like down and then
Yeah.
hikes and goes to the dagger.
I thought they were supposed to be nice. I thought they weren't supposed to be rude. I thought that was a rule of theirs. I don't know. Maybe dual hands are different.
Maybe the
No.
Irish fairies are different.
And
Maybe.
the house settles and door open. Kashki, obviously this creature is grabbing your ill-gotten gain, headed for your dagger.
Don't steal the dagger. I saw it first, young lady. As he hobbles over, hunched over, following after her.
I'll leave that up to you two. I'm not getting involved.
She's gonna be examining the dagger to try and see if there's a way that she can like get his scent. Really, that's not one of her abilities necessarily, but like
Yeah.
I don't know. She's sad and desperate, and she wants to find him.
All right, I am gonna say let's go with make a fortitude roll to assuage your broken heart and maybe see where things go from there.
Okay. I'm not bad with the old fortitude. That's a 9.
A 9? Okay.
9.
We get a scene of shoulders and neck stump and it's sweeping out across to the forest way out there, and as as your locket is glancing around, the locket sees like indents in the snow. Doesn't see tracks because it's already been like blown over, but there's little indents where you possibly could be heading that way. Kashki, real quick, Kashki, what do you do with the dagger? Because she relinquished it. So
Yeah, I think that like as she's like staring at those indents in the snow, you are able to just like snatch it.
Yeah, he just takes it and puts it next to several other daggers he has on his belt. Rude young lady, even if you don't have a head, you should be polite to your elders, honestly.
She snaps her fingers again, and there's another.
Lady, we
Miss.
can take you there faster. I'm just saying. Oh, you know what?
She hops on the horse and rides.
Come on, house. Come on, Koski. Come on, hurry up. Get up.
I'm coming.
Hurry.
He hobbles back and gets into
Why are
the
you
house.
always so slow? You never take your walking stick with you.
It's fine. Don't worry about it, Yaga. I've got a new
Mhm,
dagger.
Mhm,
Shows off the
mhm.
new dagger.
and the house is moving, but what we see is it going through the snow, like I said, ATST style, but then we swing and we see from people perspective, like reality beyond the veil or in front of the veil, I guess. And all we see is wind and snow swirling. It's just like it's just a breeze. Cain, your give me a charm roll.
A charm roll? I'm good at those.
All right.
Alrighty, that's an 11 from Cain for charming.
All right. So the dance is going well. How is this date? Like, as you're swinging Philly around, we start to see like kind of floating up from behind the bar. There's like hearts and ribbons. There's pinks and reds. And we start to see this sort of Valentine's Day motif appearing in the thing, and your spinning quick dance becomes much slower.
I feel like spinning quick dance turns slower, and Cain is just slow dancing with this piece of ice, and he's like, Philly, there's something I've been meaning to tell you. About a year ago, a drunk baby in a diaper was shooting arrows at people. And when he was doing it, he was saying that if he pricked you with one of the arrows, that you would fall instantly in love with the next person that you met. I took one of those arrows. And no, before you can say anything, I have not used it. But knowing you, I have not needed to. Because, doll, what can I say? But I love you. And then he goes to dip her, and when he does, he puts a hand on top of where her head is, so that way as they dip, she doesn't her head just doesn't fucking fall off. And so he leans in, gives her a smooch, but the audience just sees him just into a thing of ice and just you're so cold. Can
we tilt it just a bit? We see him tip her, and the ice thing goes right to where the head is in the snow.
Yeah, he'll grab it up too.
And he goes right to and her head's still laying in the snow with dead eyes, and he kisses her catatonic head.
This would be the worst time for Harker to come back.
He kisses no edge of the ice, right? He kisses what he thinks is up Philly's shoulder, and then to give her a smooch, but it's just ice, severed head. Then
yes.
Actual smooch pulls back, and then that's when Harker's there. It's just, what the fuck?
So is that where it's headed?
Yeah, I would say
Philly.
I would say Harker, Philly's head, if possessed by Harker or not, has heard Cain's whole spiel about just I love you, it's so great. Look at all these hearts around us. Who would have thought it's Valentine's Day already? It just feels like it was Thanksgiving not that long ago. Did we miss Christmas?
And
if that Krampus guy comes around again, I'll tell you right now, don't go stealing none of his gold if you think it'd be a good gift for me. I already have some. Lilith's pretty upset about it.
Harker, you just been smooched by Cain via disembodied head.
You possess this disembodied head, and the first thing that you feel is just this douchebag giving you a smooch.
Well, he's been your friend forever. Have you guys ever smooched?
I see I have arrived at a bad time.
I feel like maybe once. But it was one of those just a celebratory, yay, World War I is over.
And it was Harker smooching him.
All right. So, and Harker, are you going to talk through the situation?
It's exactly what she said. It's just, I see I've come at a bad time.
What? No, doll, you're at a great time. It's Valentine's. Don't you see the hearts everywhere? They're playing our song.
And we see it, we hear it, and then woof, it goes back into Harker's vision of it, and it's a frozen wasteland.
Yeah, I think by this point she has like, oh my god, like she has gotten like an old timey TV with like rabbit ears. It's like huge. It's huge. Like the screen is cracked, and like she has like augmented it with crystals and like pentagrams and all kinds of bullshit. And so she's using this television to see what's going on with Cain. And she's just like looking at it like
Yeah, I don't think there is TV yet though. So
no TV? Okay.
No, we're in the 20s still.
You got a radio with descriptive audio turned on.
She's got a radio so that she can hear him, and a mirror. I originally said it was going to be, or I originally thought it was going to be a mirror, and I was all like, "Oh no, let's make this more, make this more oldies urban fantasy."
I do like the mishmash of either like a crystal ball or a mirror in like a radio, like it's been like jammed together.
Okay,
first TV was 1927.
Yeah, so there could have been a TV.
Like the oldest, jankiest.
Okay, I'm good with it.
Version of it.
It's all in black and white. There's no color on this.
Exactly. But yes, she goes, "Hey, Cain, what do you see right now? Who do you think I am?"
It's obviously you, Philly. Now, you don't want to say that in front of the kids. You know that they get a little weirded out about our relationship. And there's just like 3 small snowmen in the back.
They have children.
Nice. Cain, well, let's do it this way. Harker, give me a charm roll.
Ooh, boy. She's so charming. It's a lie. She's not. 7.
All right. Cain, the magic is strong enough if you as the player chooses, you can see Harker here. You can flip the scene and Philly becomes Harker somehow.
Yeah, I think that's what she's gonna do. That now that she knows what his perception is, she will even like magically find a way to like kind of influence his delusion. So she's going to kind of like pull a hand up and then just like boom and like strum an imaginary bass string. And that sound kind of like resonates with Cain, and now Harker's there.
And so you're at Lilith's club. It's still Valentine's Day. The boom 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 boom. Okay, started. It came off of that resonance, and Philly's gone, but Harker's there.
So
still Valentine's Day.
I feel like if that's the case, if we want to have a more like sinister air to Harker taking over, and Harker knows that like Cain's baddie, he thinks that you're this other woman.
Mm-hmm.
Harker could do the like, "You killed me, Cain," and like leave him like holding a severed head, and like all of the Valentine's shit just starts like disappearing in the back. Like if you want...
or turning into anatomically correct hearts.
Well,
Yeah.
and at the same time losing the red and becoming black and white again.
Yeah.
I can roll with that, but it's still gonna be Harker.
Oh yeah, no, that's the thing. Is like it's Harker like. It's not Philly saying, "You killed me, Cain." It's like Philly's face like morphing into Harker's in Cain's delusion. As
Perfect.
like he's able to like break the thing, like break the illusion. But like then seeing like, "Oh, it's my other friend's severed head that's not supposed to be detached from the body."
Gotcha. Okay. So he basically goes through a fever dream where like, oh no, he killed Philly, and like everything's like melting around him, at like all of the hearts are turning into actual organs, blood dripping off of the walls, just like and then like bump.
Cain yells out, children look away, and he like drops the head of Harker and like goes to like protect the 3 snowmen that he had built.
Yeah,
and then just like that, it's gone, and like Harker's standing next to him, like, get up off of that snow.
What snow? We're in the club. You're dead. I saw you. Your head was away from your body in a way that didn't make sense. What are you doing here? I thought you said you weren't gonna play anymore.
Cain, I need you to listen to me. You've lost your marbles, but you can still help me. I need you to help me find my clarinet, Cain.
Oh, your clarinet? That's just back at the house. Like, why have you, like, it's been there the whole time.
Cain, look around. You're in fucking Iowa. We need to get back to the house, Cain.
We do need to get back to the house.
All right. I need you to stand
that
up.
squirrel that's there. He's probably broken in like a dozen times over, little asshole.
We gotta go kill that squirrel, Cain.
Gotta go kill that squirrel. No, you're right.
At this point is
I'm not gonna tell Philly.
at this point a chicken-legged hut like streaks to a stop, though the legs streak to a stop and slide, but the house is gyroscoped to be smooth. And the 2 of you arrive, and what do they see? They see Cain
guarding 3 small
snowmen.
Philly's
Harker
head is like lopsided into the snow.
Yeah, so Philly's head's in the snow. Harker.
Harker is still channeling herself through Philly's head.
Right.
It's just Cain who can see her standing next
but
to him.
the head would still have like the glowy red eyes.
Right. So
like it's doing a hologram. Boom.
Yeah, Archu style, red light, very and that's the only color we see. Everything else is black and white, just the red beam from the eye. Yeah, so Yaga and Koski, you arrive and you feel the presence of that other trickster, that other being.
Koski just hits a wall.
No. I can smell him. Listen here, you devil, you goat. I told you to stay out of my property. This is my area. I don't know why you're here.
Outside, Yaga. Pushes open the door. Now we're outside.
Listen here, you devil, you goat. I told you to stay off my lands. I told you this is my property.
What does this look like from Cain's perspective?
I'm gonna say, Cain, what do you see this at all?
Cain, I feel like Harker's talking to Cain, and Cain's like, "Oh yeah, your clarinet case is just back at the house," and like totally agrees to help Harker find it. And then he hears a "What's that, Papa?" as like one of his small children like points up, just like, "Huh? What?" and like looks over at this like chicken leg hut that's come over to it, and he brushes his hand back to brace the snow children. He's like, "Hold on. If we let this thing in any closer, Miss Lilith's gonna be really upset that this thing's messed up her bar on Valentine's Day of all times."
Honey, is this your boyfriend? It's not the cute type of crazy.
I
it's
think
the
we
bad
outpaced her. Your house is faster than the horse.
Oh my god, okay. Come on, honey, go down. As she gets the house to go down.
There's like a distant cloud of snow as like Philly starts like just like war horse like sprinting towards him. And I think that Harker sees that and she goes like, Cain, run, get out of here.
Come here, y'all, go.
Runs over,
I told you.
Scoops up Philly's head like a football and just starts fucking running. Just like, save yourselves, children!
Can I use my watch your footing and manipulate the earth to encompass Cain?
Sure. Sure.
It's
Let's roll it up.
Okay, but meanwhile, we have the classic Ichabod image
Mm-hmm.
of the headless horseman chasing
Yeah.
down a man.
Koski gets out of the house and watches it. This is
And-
much better than the plays we've ever seen, Yaga.
I'm the one doing all the work here. Of course, it's much better than the place that we've ever seen. You're not doing anything now, are ya? I rolled a 10, so I encompassed the boy. I encompassed that young boy in Earth. He ain't going anywhere.
All right,
Honey,
so-
I got your boyfriend.
Earthbender style, the rocks start shooting up out of the ground, and Cain, you're being caged in by these boulders, basically coming from the ground. Do you have any kind of magic or ability to try to escape said?
Yeah, I can make. I could make Baba Yaga reroll using my macabre swing. I can spend a luck point to impose disadvantage on enemy attacks using my fancy footwork.
It's exactly what he's built for.
All right.
Oh,
Hey, roll it again there, Yaga.
I
As
rolled
this
again, and it's 10.
Okay. All right, and Koski.
Oh no, she succeeded. It's fine.
Okay.
I was just gonna give her a +1 to her roll.
11.
So Cain is doing his fancy footwork, and we hear the and he's like suddenly dances his way like up the rocks as they're coming, and then he spins and there's a rock right there, and it just like blam, you
Ass over
slam,
tea kettle.
slam into it and bump down. Philly, you arrive, and Cain
she hops off of her horse and slides under him and catches him before he hits the ground.
headless, by the way.
Yep.
Is your head, now that you're there, does your head come back, or is it still
So I feel
out?
like Cain had football running through snow, earth grasp, barely dodge. He gets knocked like Home Alone style, ass over tea kettle onto his back, drops Philly's head. But like as he's like falling back, Philly like runs up, catches him. I don't know if he would still like. He has an agility of 3. So like, would he like? Do you think he would hold on to it? Because I think like maybe he would.
Yeah, that's very viable. Yeah.
She's like, they're trying to tear us apart, Philly. They're trying to come for you.
Well,
I think that Harker still has influence over it.
Okay.
So it wouldn't necessarily like snap back in like a magnet. I think that, and for that matter, I think that it needs time to recover and like heal and thaw.
yeah, that's perfect. That's perfect. Okay. I almost want to maybe either I'd like to stretch this scene out somehow a little longer because I'd like it to go to break, or take I hate that we started late and take a break early, but this is a good cliffhanging moment to kind of
Let's just take the break early.
all right.
Yeah, it's
All
no
right.
worries. So we're going to take our break early. We're going to try and be back in 5 to 10 minutes, so don't go no place unless it's to grab a food, grab a drink, grab a friend, or possibly go to indooradventure.redbubble.com, pick yourself up something nice, and we'll see you guys shortly. All right, everybody. See you soon. And we're back. Hello, everybody. We have returned. Cain is unconscious, I think. I don't know. We'll find out. GB, take us away.
We leave our tense moment. I don't think you weren't unconscious.
No, I just got hit in the head. Knocked
Yeah,
back
well,
onto
you
Philly's arms.
you fell into Philly's arms. The head is still, from an outsider perspective, still R2D2ing the hologram of Harker, and the two older spirits or Denzines, they can see the thing. Philly, excuse me, Philly. Do you think would Philly be able to see this projection without her real head?
I think so. I mean, she's got.
Okay.
I feel like since it's coming from her own head, she has a special connection to it.
Okay.
So,
All right.
so she probably like she's holding Cain La Pieta style,
Mhm.
and the eye on her throat like darts up to regard that image, and. Oh, this is weird. Both my characters are looking
I know.
at each other
That's
right
why
now.
that's why I said
Whoa.
something when we went on break to kind of like, okay.
No, that's fine. I do this all the time. This is DM
All right.
shit.
Yeah,
All
exactly.
right.
Exactly.
She like looks up to regard that image, and Harker just kind of looks down at Cain and says, "Well, Cain, you fucked it up." And Philly stands like very quickly with like Cain still in her arms, and Harker starts to like make some arcane sigils, just sort of like mumbling to herself about like what an idiot and what a fuck up Cain is. And like the head is starting to just like pulse red, and like the mouth pops open and like fog starts to pour out of Philly's own head, and so she starts backpedaling away because she can tell like some bullshit is about to happen. I think that everybody else can also see this fog, and Harker basically finishes doing all of those arcane sigils, and she's all like, "All right, and fuck you," and she just poof, leaves, and that cloud grows larger and larger, and I'll let you take it from there, GB.
Okay. All right. And so Harker has tried to Amscray at this point.
Yes.
Okay. Let's.
But not without summoning some sort of despicable infernal thing.
Okay, that sounds good. I was going to say that she finds herself the connection severed from the head, but there was a portion of her left. But yeah, let's go with that where she was doing the sigils and the rocks that had appeared. These sigils start to, they're appearing on the rocks. Yeah, and they culminate in like a focal point where we see these basically heavy metal as F sigils, and they're all glowing down at a spot, and as they overlay they become like a total badass pentagram sort of situation, and the snow on the outside of them, so there's this red light that is the design, and the snow drops away from it, so it's there interposed on that, and then that's where this being begins to form. What would give me one aspect of a creature that would be terrifying to Cain?
Terrifying creature to Cain would probably have like the head of a bullfrog, because that's what gave him his curse. They aren't exactly on like super cool terms, but like they're not bad terms, but still seeing that again would probably be like, oh, what the fuck is this?
Yep. Okay.
Now it's just a frog hemoth, regardless of what we do.
Exactly. Philly, an aspect of a terrifying creature for Philly.
Made of gold.
Perfect. Baba, want me to jump over to Koski first?
Yeah,
Give you a sec?
yeah.
All right, Kos, what you got?
He's terrified, actually, of a normal human man.
All right.
This is literally just like looking more and more like the Egyptian deity. It's a golden-skinned, bullfrogged normal guy.
Bullfrogged head. But we'll see. Say, Satan, what do you got for us?
A flying monkey.
All right.
Big Husky will lean forward. Is that some new magic bullshit? In
I
my
hate
forest,
this.
and he slams his
I
hands
hate
down.
this new magic bullshit. This young
You know,
kids
we
keep
have
bringing
allowed it
about.
into the world. It is on us. Yaga, this is on us. The old ones did this. We allowed it.
All right. So, a human-sized flying monkey with a bullfrog's head, and it's like mantle. Its frog scales are all golden. It's got a furry mantle that's all like kind of spiky gold, and then it's got golden claws and a golden like devil spear tail, but it's more like an actual spear point on the tail that's made of gold. And Koski and Baba, what are either of those? Are either of you Fae, or do you have an obvious weakness?
Husky's not Fae. He's
Baba Yaga's not Fae. She
Okay.
used to be a goddess.
Okay. All right. So yeah. Okay. Well, we'll just run with it and see what happens. So then its claws are obviously extended and very like golden also, and it we'll say it has like crackling energy between the claws as it completely fully forms, and then it literally gives out a ribbit, but the ribbit is thunderous, like literally like kind of blows your wolf pelts, Koski, kind of flutter in the wind. Baba, your hair gets weird and then bling kind of bounces back to where it is. The wind kind of trugged it, but it comes back to form. Philly, of course, your dress, skirts and whatnot blow back. Cain, you're unconscious, so it doesn't really matter to you. Okay. What do you do?
Okay, so just confirming. Cain is unconscious, yes?
Currently, yes.
Okay, cool. Then I'm fine. I'm peachy.
Honey,
Look,
what is
Yaga.
this with the new magic? I don't.
No,
That little fucking
we should
goat. I
have set
told him not to come into
boundaries.
my
We
territory,
thought,
but he's here now. Now he left me
we
in a
thought they was
person. Now
alright.
just
While
no.
they're arguing, she's running behind, it's just
oh, no,
a shot
they're
of the
walking
two.
and talking.
Oh,
Yeah, they're
it's a
walking
shot
and
of the two
talking
of
towards
them.
this thing.
Okay, it's a shot of the two of them walking and talking towards the thing, and then
Yeah.
behind them, there's just the image of Philly running away
Oh
With
no,
Cain
in her
lady.
arms. Yeah.
Put him down behind the stumps,
Go
young
into
lady.
the
Get
house.
over
Go
here.
into the house, honey.
She's gonna do like an anime jump up into the house, just like shoof.
There's a
Ladder
door
right there. I don't understand why she keeps jumping anyway.
The door.
All right.
She's gonna put Cain down somewhere in there, but that'll basically be her turn.
Okay. And Cain had the head or didn't have the head?
The head's rolled off somewhere in there.
Okay. All right.
And I want to say that it's what's channeling this creature. So
Okay.
the goal isn't necessarily to fight the creature, it's to get the head.
Okay. All right. Yeah, so as the two of you are bicker muttering at each other and closing in on this thing, what's your plan?
I'm too old for this bullshit. Now I gotta fight this thing, and then again.
You are literally a goddess, Yaga. As Koski pulls out a needle and it elongates into a sword. You fought the hordes of, Noire
I
when
know
they
I did.
invaded
I
our
was hoping
land.
to retire soon. As she's talking to him
We
with her
don't
hands,
retire.
you see just wood from nearby trees just come and like encase her hands in these really long, gnarly, like witch finger-like claws.
Nice. All right, and it turns and it looks at the two of you and gives this it's this ribbit, but it's part ribbit, part roar, and it wicks its tongue out. Koski, give me an agility roll. Ooh, man, he's quick. He's a trickster god.
He rolled a 8.
An 8. Okay.
Mhm.
So do you so he goes to get you and you're quick enough to move. Do you lose your sword? Does he like and snatch your sword away? Or do they knock you down?
I think
With
he
the
gets
tongue.
knocked out because he would not let go of that sword no matter
Perfect.
what. He would rather
Perfect.
be yanked towards
Okay.
something rather than.
Perfect. So yeah, the tongue comes and it goes for your sword, and as you spin, you just it's too much. You spin and you trip and poof into the snow.
Stares up at the sky. Yeah, I'm out of practice.
Yeah, you are.
And Baba, you get a chance. Go ahead and give
Yeah.
me a brawl or a brawn to.
Well, I'm not good at brawn. We'll see.
Well, you're the one who chose the claws, honey. You got to deal with your
I know I
consequences.
chose the claws, honey. It's okay. That's 6, but I'm gonna spend a luck point to put it to 7, so it's a partial success.
All right. Okay. Yeah. So you managed to swipe out at the tongue, and the tongue goes into pieces, like
You
like,
just see her get even like longer limbs and just more gnarly old like wooden crone. And it's like
Nice.
nobody gets to hit him except for me. What the hell?
Okay. And like I said, you slash at the tongue, and it falls into bits. And as the chunks fall, they turn into like globular. It's almost like suddenly it was liquid, and they fall in globs of like blood. There's no flesh to it. It's just blood that hits and splashes in the spots where the tongue went, and we get the vision of this bloodied stump whipped back into its mouth. Cain, you wake up in Philly's arms in this cozy little hut.
So
Mute it.
no, I'm just making mouth motions,
okay.
but no sound coming out. I'm trying to formulate. So Cain is still possessed by this gobble creature?
We're gonna say not currently.
Okay.
He's having a weird moment of clarity.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Doing Yaga's hat, of course.
Which you're not sure about, Cain, because again, you've just been living in this other reality, and now it's Philly, house, coziness, warm. Weren't we just fighting the devil?
She
Cain-
puts him down on the couch, and yeah, go on.
So, because Cain just woke up in Philly's arms, I think the first thing that he says are, "Where are the children?"
She puts him down on the couch and basically does like a shush motion over his mouth.
Where's Beltane? Where's Lilith? What is this house? Are we still in Russia? Are we still in Iowa? Harker was here.
Confused shoulders.
And an eyeball.
Yeah. Boing.
Harker was,
It pops open in surprise.
Harker was here. It was talking through a head. I thought it was your head, but then it was Harker's head, and then I don't know why Harker's head would be talking to me, but it was
There's like a
making some pretty
boom
convincing.
from outside from the
What
fight.
the hell?
Philly, like, kind of like she turns her shoulders to that fight, and then she turns him back, and she just pushes him back down in the on the couch, just like, stay here. And she gets up to leave, but then she comes back, and she makes the sign for kiss, and then like puts it on his cheek, and then runs.
He's just blushing, skeleton hand and regular hand on his cheeks. But his sanity is at 0. I have him stabilized because he
Perfect.
was at -3, but
Okay. Sounds great. And then so as we see Philly rise to her full height, we wing back out, and let's go with Koski. Koski, you were flumped into the snow. What do you do?
He gets up and pulls himself to a very impossible height. He was all hunched over, and then he just kind of gets tall. He's like, well, fuck this frog. Honestly. Goes in to attack this thing.
Do we hear the spine like crunk 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 as he straightens up? Okay, cool. All right. Then he flies in. Go ahead and give us some brawn.
Cool. 7, 8, 9, 10. 10.
Nice. All right. Yeah. You slash. You stab. What does it look like as the old man becomes warrior spirit?
He just stabs with this giant sewing needle in a very slashing, very unique motion that only comes from Russia sword fighting. That's much like a dance, and just comes in and swings, and he deals 2d4 soul damage because at the tip of his blade is his soul.
Oh, neat. Okay.
Let's see. That's that. And he rolled a 5.
Oh, for damage?
Yeah.
All right. Hey, you notice that. What is Koski's soul like? Is it a primal energy? Is it based on is Koski a spirit, a god, where would they fall kind of thing?
He's more on the god end, and as he's worshipped in folklore as a god, but he's also worshipped as a trickster and a lich. So he has a lot of titles. So it's kind of blending all into one. So it's kind of this weird blue and white and green kind of mixture of things.
So then, their soul is it a source of power or magic power from them, or what's the composition of this soul blade? Basically, do you think it would be something that would feed the devil?
No, he's very protective of this because he makes sure he's a selfish man and it protects him and him alone.
Perfect. Okay. All right. Well, as it strikes home, you see that the flesh of this being like tries to it almost like tries to grab onto the soul, but then you pierce through that and it can't eat the soul of this in being, and so hence it is kind of repelled, and you actually like do it damage, and it reels back a little bit. Baba, what do you do?
As he goes back to follow through, he leans over the frog thing and says, "You only exist because we allowed it."
Okay. All right. Awesome. And Baba, what's your follow-up on that?
Baba is going to use her gather your friends power. She's gonna summon undead to help her.
Awesome.
So I gotta roll for it though. Okay. my moxie, which is 3, so that is 10. So I got a 7 plus 3. And I summon 1d4 undead. So 4. I got 4 undead. So I think she has a lot of charms and stuff in her outfit and her like the draping cloth that she wears, and from those charms you just hear pops of either glass or wood or crystal, and these creatures come out made out of this weird black purple smoke, and kind of surround this creature, and there's 4 of them.
Okay.
And she's just like, go help him, he needs help. I mean, he's doing better, but you need a little bit of help, honey. You need to warm up again.
Yaga, I'm doing fine. Look, I already scratched him. Kind of points towards the frog.
No, you're doing great, honey. You're doing great, sweetie. Go help him, please.
And they leap and kind of like grab its wings mostly, and it it's kind of like wrestling them back and forth on the wings, and it's kind of keeping him upright where he would like leap at Koski, kind of. And Philly, that's where you left the hut, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so you come into this scene, these purple phantom esque creatures are holding the creature's wings, and Koski has ducked in under its arms and giving it a good rapier poke.
He leaps down off of the hut. There's another snap of her fingers, and a horse comes running out of the mist and catches her. And then she kind of circumnavigates the battlefield, and her little votive on her throat pops open, the eye darting around looking for her head.
Okay.
Like in D&D, this would be a perception check, but I
Brains.
guess brains. Okay, I can do that.
Kind of an investigation kind of thing. Now, again, the head has been spewing fog, so we're all caught up in this swirling mist. It looks like the moors. It's all fog everywhere.
Well, she's got like this white fog, and like the fog coming out of the head is probably like this black and red.
And then the rocks in the background are all like there to add.
Doom.
So.
She got a 7 to find the head.
All right. Yeah, you see the head is behind the creature.
She's gonna try and like go and take a big circle around him, and then dart in at the last second when he least expects, and try and snap it up.
All right. Cain, your beloved has left the hut. You are uwooed, and what do you do?
Well, she gave me a kiss on the cheek and told me to stay put, which obviously means I'm going to stand up and start looking around this house for 1, things to steal, and 2, look out the window, see what all the hubbub's about, see that there's like a frog demon thing fighting against an old man dancing with a sword, and a lady who summoned like big ol' undeady ghosts, and then my lady love is up there as well. So I'm just a guy.
I'm gonna add though. I'm gonna add though. Big golden claws, big golden scales.
Oh, I could huff the shit out of that. Okay.
It's a detail.
Go ahead and steal from Baba Yaga.
You also know that your lady love, it's bad news if gold touches her, and she's going right for that thing.
So what Cain is going to do, he's gonna go into Baba's kitchen.
Okay.
He's gonna take all of her knives.
Okay.
And
that was Cain's problem. He didn't have enough knives.
One fork. All right. The one that looks the nicest to him. And then he's going to go back out. And he is just going to rush up towards Philly like as best he can, like slink down onto the ground, and then like with these really nice kitchen knives just start like stabbing into this thing.
All right. So yeah, as you gather knives, you get to the doorway and you see Philly's rushing in on this. Philly, you've got the head. You're gonna ride. There's this tail whipping around with this golden spearhead. Give me an agility.
Okay. I imagine as she's running along, she snaps up the head. The creature like immediately just like shoof, like looks at her.
We're gonna see. Let's see what this agility roll is. See if you can snatch the head.
I realized something as well.
Yeah.
In order to protect Philly's head, Cain would have like shunted his removable arm off towards it, and I like the idea of the arm landing next to Philly's head, going into the sign language for a kiss sign, and then just giving her a quick one on the cheek, and then like continue on as you were. But like I like the idea of like just like
yeah.
Dork. 7, 8, 9 on the agility.
All right. What happens when Philly gets hit with gold?
The real question is, does she get the head first?
I'm going to say yes. She snatches the head because she got a partial. So she snatches it up, but that monkey tail with the gold spearhead gets her somehow.
All right. Like that spearhead goes like fucking just whips towards her and fully impales her. And then like flicks off of her, and then like she's just thrown off of the horse. In fact, the horse is knocked over. It rolls over onto its back with a scream, and then it disappears.
She slides into the stone.
Yeah, she slides, but she still has the head held onto. I want to say that Cain's hand came with her.
Okay, all right. It grabs on and is dragged aside.
Whatever damage this would normally do, I'd say it would do double.
Okay. All right. Okay, so roll me a d6. Double it.
Oh, that's not bad. I rolled pretty low. 6.
All right. Okay.
Total. Still, it's very dramatic.
Yes. It comes back out. What does her innards look like? Is it smoke? Is it
Yes, I think smoke is apt.
All right. So it's like a black gray smoke as the tail rips back out of her and as she's flung to the side. Koski, what are you doing while these phantoms have its wings and it's it like swivels its froggy head, but it's got frog eyes, so it doesn't really need to turn much to get an ocular view of what's going on back there.
I think he stabs at one of the eyes. He's like, I don't know why you're here. I don't want you in my woods. Stabs upwards.
All right, go for it. Agility.
All right. Agility.
I said this time it's agility because you're trying to hit an eyeball rather than just stab him.
7.
Okay. Partial. What can we do? I guess they'll do damage back. So you its eye bursts and as it does, Cain, the frog gold god thing, what's the deal with them? They're an Egyptian like spirit or something?
God of time.
Okay. All right. We're gonna say that eye bursts and this like liquid gold sprays out and it dapples Koski.
You're just gross.
Take a d6 of basically burning gold hitting your skin and then solidifying
lava damage.
Basically lava blood.
Okay. He takes it and just kind of laughs at a very hearty laugh. Now this is a fight. Yaga, this is a fight. We've been fighting. We're good.
Okay.
I
And
know
then-
we've been fighting.
and as you're like, you talking and stuff, the gold where it hit, it's peeling away because it like almost immediately freezes when it hits your skin because your skin's like ice compared to this. And so then it's coming off in flakes and chunks, and it's like just that visual of it peeling off and bringing flesh with it. Yeah, Baba. It's a fight. We're fighting.
It is a fight. We should go on another hunting date soon.
Like that.
We need to really get out and get our bones moving. And she's just gonna walk towards
Yeah,
this.
their souls. Look at it falling apart.
Look at you. Look at the flakes are coming off. Your chunks of skin coming off. It's okay. She'll kind of go to this almost in like a weird much faster speed than a woman her age, that at least the age she looks like should have.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of goes to this frog and starts slashing it. And I think as she slashes it, she looks over to Philly and says, "Don't worry, honey. Baba can stitch you up when we're done." And then just started and goes into does like an upper claw attack at this thing.
Yeah. All right. Braun.
7. That's a partial success, but he does take. I didn't do my d6 damage the first time, so it is 5 for this one. Do you want me to roll the?
Yeah. Please do.
For the first one, it was just the 2 damage. So far she's done 7 damage to this thing.
Awesome. All right. Yeah. So you claw up into this creature, and I'm gonna say it like locks its the big golden claws come through together, and it locks like this, and it just whomps, like bunks you on the babushka, give me a d6,
Ow!
a d6 plus 3 damage.
7.
Okay, all right. Yeah, it does the full bore, boom, brings it back
she's not
down.
looking too good. She doesn't have a lot of health, guys.
Okay, all right. All right. I'm also going to I'm going to give you a combined d6 damage. Roll 1d6 for your phantoms. They're
Okay.
like biting and trying to rend its wings and whatnot.
5.
Okay. All right. Okay.
And I did a 3 soul damage with the eye stab.
Oh, thank you. All right. Since you've taken possession of the head and you've done these strikes to it, it's starting to look a little less real. It's starting to become a little more incorporeal. Cain, I think we were at you going to jigga 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 jigga.
Well, he would, but his arm is with his girlfriend now.
Yeah.
So he just has the one. And he sees that this creature is made mostly of gold, has a lot of gold on it. So, I mean, he's still going to try and stab with one of these fine kitchen knives that he acquired most recently.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to try it. It's going to try and do a stabby.
All right.
For agility, I'm going to use 2 luck points to reroll
Nice.
for a total of 9.
Okay. All right. You take the old kitchen knife and plunge it into a thigh, like straight through. I'm gonna say it swipes at you, and its golden claws like hit you and just kind of go. And so any damage that it would have done is immediately healed by the claws as they're piercing and scraping you. It's instead of puncturing and clawing, it's literally being absorbed by you. Your
Pulls
clothes
back,
are
just has like knuckles instead
Yeah.
of full fingers.
It's like he's made out of sandpaper, and this thing
Yep.
is like just.
Now the clothes are shredded. You've got these 4 huge, tears, but your flesh itself was
But I'm
not,
jacked
not,
underneath.
Not bar, but
Yeah,
yeah,
exactly.
of course, you rip the shirt off.
Shredded like cheese.
Nice. Okay, Philly, laying there.
Got a crazy idea. So this thing is starting to look pretty low, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think that Philly like examines her head to like see what the deal is. Like it's all like, yeah, what did she do to this thing?
Mm-hmm.
I think that she's going to try and channel the head to try and draw it back into it.
Okay. Interesting. Okay. Does Philly have magic?
Not necessarily. She just kind of is magic.
Okay. She is fey of a magical nature. Okay. Yeah. Let's I want to make this like dramatic. So let's have a charm roll from Philly and versus a moxie roll from Harker.
Oh damn!
I will say
That's gonna end poorly.
Coffee starts talking and weaving a tail as he's hitting this frog thing, and you get a +1 to your next roll.
Oh, thank you.
Which one, Philly or Harger?
No, Harker, fuck you. All of you.
Koski, just like
You are chaos god after
You are a
all.
trickster guy.
Yeah.
He is. Okay, so that's an 8 for the charm roll.
Okay.
And Harker. Oh my gosh, this is an old character sheet for Harker. Okay. Oof. Ooh, baby. Ooh, no. Okay. 14 from Harker.
Oh.
Get fucked, Philly.
Yeah, so Philly's holding the head and she's like, aha! And it just like nothing seems to happen. She like tips it back towards the oculus or whatever, and it sort of like blinds the oculus. So yeah, Harker's hold stays firm.
All right.
Creature. It's going to like try to buffet the spirits off of it. Give me a moxie roll, Baba, for your undead.
That was Snake Eyes. I mean, I get a +3, but that's still 5.
Okay,
So that's a
so
failure.
you're gonna spend 3 luck points to re-roll, or just let it fail
I only
for
have
story
2
purpose.
luck points, so I'm just gonna let it go.
Okay, all right, yeah, it buffets its wings, and it kind of almost snaps the spirits, the purplish black spirits, like into little tornadoes that kind of flutter away and like burst apart. The necrotic energy just kind of is dispersed when it snaps its wings, and it does that whole, it gives this ribbity belch thunder noise. And Koski, what do you do?
He just kind of pops. That's not nice. She works very hard on summoning those. And he just kind of stabs into the gut.
All right.
She is a very hard-working woman. How dare you?
12?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, roll me some damage.
All right.
Oh, you did notice, all of you did notice when Harker reinserted its her power, it became more solid again,
Mhm.
but not all the way back, kind of deal. So
6 soul damage.
ooh, okay,
Rolled
it's
two
right.
threes on that.
It's right back to really thin again.
Josh
Baba.
is like, you need to sit down.
Baba's not looking great, so she's gonna use her timeless beauty one, and since she can drain HP from others once per day to regain HP. Would that
Nice.
be 1d6, or do you want me to do solid points, or
Let's just go 1d6.
okay?
That's fine.
So she's gonna go up to this thing, and she's gonna grow even taller, more spindly, and with its and with her like really long witch claw, she's just gonna kind of like jab them into this thing's face, and you see her face blur and its face blur, and almost like smoke like draining from it. And
Perfect.
she'll regain HP that he will lose, or it will lose.
Yeah, it did the ribbit roar, and then
Yeah.
Kashki stabbed it, and it came back down, and it was like
Yeah.
right into these witch claws.
Yeah, a 6. I got a 6, so that's
Awesome.
the max I can get.
Awesome. All right. Cain, Philly, together. What do you do to try to send this thing back to hell? It has to be a combo move, because this is it. It's on its last legs, and we want something cool.
I have an idea.
All
Go
right.
on.
So this creature is in the middle of fighting Baba Yaga. It's in the middle of fighting Koski. Like Harker's still controlling it. I feel like Harker is a bit of a corpse kicker. She knows that like fighting Cain isn't getting this creature anywhere. Fighting Philly, however, makes it very fitting. So like creature redirects is going to like get up and destroy Philly. Cain like swoops in front of Philly and like envelops her into a hug. So as this creature's like trying to get at her, it's just like hot iron through butter. Like it just melts over them.
Perfect. All right.
Oh.
So as it turns, because it's like Harker, had that magic battle, and it realizes that it's losing to these other two ancient entities, Denzines, that it needs to get the head back, and so it's going to try to envelop and eat the head, so that it now has the head inside its body. And so, yeah, it gaping maw, frog, monkey soars through the air, with half the claws missing on one hand, coming right for her. And Cain, like, no, it gets there, and it boom, and tries to bite Cain, but its golden head just starts to like melt away until it becomes just like the gold is all absorbed, and then the monkey body just kind of starts to fall apart as it becomes shadow and smoke and whirls back into the ground, like almost like being flushed back to hell in some kind of
I've got
toilet.
more. I've got more that we can
Sure.
pull from. It whirls back into Philly's head. And
okay.
She's been knocked over by Cain. She was holding the head up, trying to like siphon it back into there. And then she's been knocked over. And Cain is on top of her. She's holding the head. And as it's pulling in, like you know how siphoning gas works.
Mm-hmm.
So like, here's my argument. She's gonna try and pull the primordial into the head with this creature, just like while the door is open. And the way that she does this is that she shoves the head up to kiss Cain.
Happy
All right.
Valentine's Day, everybody.
All right. Okay. And so as they smooch, we see the neck and the black swirling smoke from hell comes this way, and Bammo, lippy smooch, just because it's always so much better to throw dice, let's throw some moxie at this.
Oh no. Who's moxieing here?
I got 0. What do you got?
Yeah, I think it's got to be Philly because she's the smoocher.
You the smoocher. Yeah, I was gonna say.
You are the smoochie.
Oh god, you guys are amazing. All right, that's a 9.
All right. Yeah. So the lips touch and the gobble, we all hear the turkey noise. We all hear the turkey noise, and we hear that. We have a flash, and we see the Titan that was one of the primordials, the entity known as Raka. We see it for a moment, and we see it like scowl, and its warlike face becomes hardened, and we see that a part of it is drawn into hell. It's drawn from out of Cain and gets stuck in the hell toilet vortex that goes. So a small part of Raka has now been inserted into hell.
We just put a round peg into a square hole, man.
Yeah, and
That thing's not supposed to be there.
And it's consequences that will continue further down. That we'll take a note, keep that ace up our sleeve for another storyline and another time. Really and truly, that's sort of like this. The camera spins out. We see the kiss. We focus on the kiss, and then we spin out, and we come back. We see the rocks jetted up where Baba had created it. We see the hut. We see the two older spirits, and we start to move away from it. But what does Baba and Koski say as they watch this headless smooch, or this bodiless head smooch the lich?
Young ones are weird nowadays. I don't get it.
Well, it's young love. Let them have it.
I guess. She's still bleeding, though. I feel like they should kind of pause and...
This is on them. They, brought this thing to us.
Yeah,
they
but
should
we
deal
made
with
a deal,
it.
so now I have to take care of her until the deal's done. Like, let's get them
Deals
back
with
in.
all the young ones. They have to learn like we did.
Listen, I got a ghost horse.
That's fair, but my horses are better. They're faster, quicker,
She's
stronger.
just gonna give him a kiss on the cheek. Just be quiet.
And as you guys are walking back towards the hut, we pan in on Cain and Philly. What happens there?
Cain, I feel, is just like
coming off the kiss.
You pull off the kiss, and when you look down, it's still like those dead glassy eyes. And she just like holds the head off to the side.
He, I feel, will stand up, and then like offer, like as he's like kneeling down, like take her hand and like pull her up as well. His arm like reattaches to itself, and then once they're both on like standing feet, he'll give her a hug. And does he have recollection of everything that was going on while he was going gobble gobble?
Yeah, I'm gonna say that snapped as the was pulled from him. It all clicked back.
I feel like the first thing that he says is, sorry about your hair. That one's on me.
She's just looking at you, and then from the head, there's a and she just pops a hand over it.
I feel like Cain's eyes get really big and just,
Yeah, Are you guys coming back in or what? It's cold outside.
We got chicken soup.
Oh, they got chicken soup. That actually sounds pretty nice. And he'll but he'll say really quick, just, where is everybody? What happened with the volcano? Is that still an issue?
She signs, I'll explain everything. And then just puts a hand on his back and steers him towards the hut.
We hear some jazz. It jumps to credits. It lets that roll. The credits kind of start to roll up in the black and such. I know we're really early, but that really does feel like the spot to end. We can spend the next half an hour kind of like talking and stuff.
We could do like Marvel, like end of credit scenes.
Where they are.
Sure.
Meg
Okay.
And Lilith.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Let's go with that. The black and white credits are going. We're seeing them walking towards the hut to get chicken soup, and then it gets garbled for a second, and then goes to sure. What's
I feel like we're all sitting in Yaga's house. We got our chicken soup. This is great. Cain stealthily puts back all of the knives that he took. He doesn't put back the fork. That one's his now.
You get a glare from Baba.
I didn't have any of my own knives on me when we were fighting that thing outside. I'm sorry. I needed them.
You should have misplaced your knives. That's not good.
You know, that one on your belt looks surprisingly
Nope.
like the one that I had.
No,
Yes,
that one's his
I-
now.
All right. Look, you two have been very helpful and very nice helping me get back to, my own
Well, I
mental
made
spot.
a deal with your little girlfriend, so.
Oh, she's not little. She's rather large, like height-wise. But we came to this place with two other friends. One other friend and Miss Lilith. And I don't know if Philly can take us both all that ways, or if it's just going to be her.
I can help you, but you gotta make a deal.
All right.
Hand over Cain's face. Like, no.
He's another lich. Come on.
Philly's
Give us
ability
something.
is literally that she can travel through the mist. She can take the two of
I
you.
mean, yeah, but you don't know where they are. I could find them for you. Just saying.
Lich to a lich, young one.
Are you the
Please
one
no.
making deals now, honey?
Look,
no,
I can
no,
make
it's
this
me.
deal.
Oh, you can make this deal. Okay, you're gonna
I
use
can
your
make this
little
deal.
divination powers. Mm-hmm.
While they're bickering, Philly turns to Cain and says, "We can be happy together. We don't need them."
And I feel like Cain says back.
Wait. Hold on. Meaning the two in the hut or the other two, Lilith and Beltane?
Lilith and Beltane.
Awesome. I just wanted to clarify because I thought that's what you meant, but okay. Sorry.
I feel like Cain probably doesn't pick up on that initially.
He thinks she means the old people.
Yeah, it's just like, well, I think he would probably respond like, well, I don't need anybody else to be happy other than you. Oh, you mean those? Oh, you mean the other?
Beltane tried to throw you into a volcano.
I had gone mad and he had been stabbed a few times by myself. That is completely reason. You know what? Now that I say these things out loud, that is a little screwy. All right. Well, how about this? Can we at least go back to my place? I'll grab Harker's clarinet. And then we can just get away for a while. Just me, just you.
She signs, "I would like that."
Because we've been through a lot. It's only November right now, but it feels like Valentine's Day. Maybe when, the way I'm feeling internally about the months lines up with its actual date, we'll come back.
All right. She's going to snap her fingers, and instead of a horse this time, it's the entire death wagon that rolls into
Why do you summon this thing
inside
in the house?
Yeah, inside the house.
these Irish fairies don't have
So
any
rude.
manners.
You're such a
any
rude fairy.
manners.
Get
I
out of the
thought
house.
this was supposed to be nice. Get out of my house. I already got your deal.
You're rude.
Philly picks up Cain and hops into the carriage, and then just gives them a pleasant wave.
And for us, we see that your head is back and all good, like in the seat next to you, but then you would have to like talk to them and stuff, but you kind of just like letting the veil cover your eye rolls and stuff inside the thing, and off into the thing.
Cain will pull out his full-sized accordion and just like play music for him and Philly.
All right. Are we gonna do a scene with
Hold on.
with
Beltane and Lilith?
Yeah.
But real quick, as they vanish, what the old folks here, what are any parting last words? Or are we gonna go with the bickering? And they can be more bickering.
It's true love.
Yeah.
Is that a knife?
He
Perfect.
stole my fork.
He's a dead
You
man.
know I can spy on them now because he has my fork and she made a deal with me. So we can keep tabs on them. We can see how this progresses.
I want a true love story out of it.
Yeah.
Baba
true
Yaga's
love.
gonna
You've
watch her
always-
stories.
Yeah.
It's
You've
it's
always
like
been
one of them
romantic.
plays.
Yeah. Take me on a garden date, but you don't realize that it's me and all the plants are gonna die. That wasn't that you didn't think about that, you know.
Yeah.
We lost you, Jen. I couldn't hear a thing you just said.
Yeah, he agrees.
Ah,
Mhm. Gotta
All right.
plan your dates out better, and they just start bickering.
okay. And let's have a short scene or even what time? Okay.
Yeah, we still got
Let's
time.
have a scene with Lilith and Beltane.
Can't really have one with Beltane because he turned into a
Beltane.
tree.
Oh, that's right. He became a world tree.
Whoops!
After the Lilith
Yeah.
scene, I've got one more thing for Philly and Cain. And,
Okay.
and
You
it's a
can do
good
it
thing
now
to
if
leave
you
off
want.
on. So
Oh, you want
Okay.
to go to the
Does your friend always end up doing that, turning himself into trees?
But I can tell you where Beltane is because he didn't die because nobody took his head with an iron sword. So he's around, just not there.
All right. So Arthur says, Lilith, you hear
Does
what
your friend
Arthur
always
says?
end up doing this? Does he just turn into trees after he blames
No.
people for not fulfilling their destiny to England?
No, that's not okay. Okay. Beltane is gone. He's gone. Oh.
And
okay.
so is that little, meanie monk man who showed up and forced Excalibur onto me again. He's gone too. You don't see me complaining about it.
Oh, I'm sorry. Have you been traveling with that mini monk for over 70 plus years?
No, but I travelled for
Are you
lots of
technically
people.
married to that mini monk man?
I have not checked in a while. I could be. I could not be. The 1700s were a strange time for everyone.
That Faye is my friend, my partner.
He's kind of
and
like my
he
uncle.
is gone.
Dimitri
Oh,
is
God.
in full-on like werewolf mode, and he'll come over to Lilith and just kind of like kneel next to her and put his like head in her lap, like go full-on like support dog mode.
Omega dog
Yeah.
or
Yep.
Mega Wolf.
He's gone. He's gone.
All right,
I don't
well-
know what. I'm stuck in Russia. I can't leave this place. I'm stuck in Russia with you and this adorable dog.
I'm
and
sorry. Do you not have two legs? So just look, I'm stuck places. How do you think I got here? I didn't come on in a buggy or a train. I walked here. You got two legs. You can walk as well.
there's a bark from Dimitri. It's very succinct, but it means you and me should try and help her get home.
No, we're not doing it.
He's gonna nose under Lilith to try and get her to, like, get on his back.
Are you from Leeds?
No.
All right, look. How about this? Your friend, is, like I said, kind of like my uncle, except Merlin's father, uncle thing, he still owes me a favor. We haven't spoke in a while, but you helped me. I need to get back to England, all of that, whatever. I could possibly see if Merlin, sod that he is, knows anything about possibly getting your friend back, and then he and I
mean
will
my
be squaresies.
son?
Your son's I thought
Your son's Merlin? Sorry, that's out of character.
your son. Wait, hold on. I thought you said that you'd only been around for like the last couple 100 years or so. Merlin and I go way back before you.
Unlike
so
you,
is
Merlin
your...
has been reborn.
Oh, well, good fucking deal for Merlin. Look, if Merlin's been reborn, then he needs to meet me over by the sodding lake and just hang out for a hot minute while we talk to the lady therein about why I got this sword back and why now I had to get it back in me hands. I understand there was the visions about the man in Germany and all of that and bah. However, I do owe you ish a debt. And I say ish because your friend who... Poor Green Knight. Choose a different one if you ever get the opportunity. Your friend was... He's not here, is he? He was right.
I don't know. I think he might be dead.
He was right. I should get back to England. So, if you also happen to be going back England ways, we can go together, I suppose. As long as you don't mind marching alongside the one true queen, Lady Lilith, of wherever's you from. The newish Englands.
Dimitri has pulled Lilith up onto his back, and he barks again at Arthur, which is very succinct, but means, are you coming along or not?
Yes, I'm coming
You
along,
have
Dimitri.
a lot of attitude for someone your age, man.
I got to be this way by hiding away and not dealing with everybody who decided to come up and say, Arthur, there's a danger in my town. Arthur, oh, we got monsters again. Arthur, the last dragon of Wales is causing problems again. Arthur, you understand
While
what
he's
it's like?
complaining, Dimitri walks up and noses Arthur up onto his back as well, and he starts walking west. And
you
just
think I don't know what it feels like others asking for your help all the time? How do you
All
think
the
I got
time.
here? How do you think I got here?
You were also running away from your responsibility.
A little bit.
Oh, so suddenly it's fine when you do it, but if I do
No,
it,
you know what
there's
I
the
was
problems.
doing? I was trying to chase my Fey partner who took a mad and almost friend into a volcano.
Oh, what happened to him? Did you just leave him to die?
His Tulahan girlfriend just took him away. I don't know where they are.
Well, I hope they're happy. Just to spite you.
I don't
As
know
the-
what I've ever done to you, sir.
as they're bickering, Dimitri just takes them west through the woods.
What have I done to you to deserve such thing? I have done nothing.
You showed up in my town in the dead of night looking like a devil and almost drained an old
I
man
was
dry.
dying.
Excuses.
I'm going to murder someone very soon.
You can try, but I am charged by God.
Bork.
Bork. All right. So we're gonna let that as we're seeing
Sweeps
that.
through.
Yeah, we're seeing that that move along. westward. Beltane,
Mhm.
do we get a scene of where, because World Tree, where Beltane, or what's happening with him?
In a very small town in rural Wales, a young man is shelving books, pale, dark hair, has bright green eyes, and putting away books. And as somebody walks in, he turns around, and it's the human form of Beltane as he greets this customer.
Hmm.
He has no recollection of his past other than that he can do some magic tricks. And that's about it. And he has a nice little house, a garden with a hawthorn tree,
Yeah.
some bees, a nice home.
Uh, does anyone? It's an English show. There's like two comedians in it, Black Books or something like that. Anyway, that's the scene I'm seeing. Is this bookstore run by this is like Beltane's in English, Welsh.
Wales.
Well,
Yeah,
Wales. Okay. Well, Welsh. All right. Cool. Yeah. So in my head, I kind of got that scene. That's great. Okay. Um. Any other scenes or business?
One last one. The death carriage rolls up to Cain and Harker's apartment. And as the two of them, Cain was playing his accordion.
Did you mean Cain and Philly?
Did I say Harker?
You said Cain and Harker's apartment, and then they rolled up. So just wanted to make sure.
Well, Harker used to live there.
Okay, cool.
House, by the
Yes.
way.
Oh, it is
was
a house.
It was my shack.
Okay. So they roll up to the shack, and Cain was playing his accordion, and as he stops playing to hop down, the music continues, and he can hear from inside the house, up in the attic, there's the sound of clarinet music drifting through the air.
Same tune he was already playing.
Yep.
Bum, bum, bum.
And that's where we'll leave off.
Awesome.
Yay!
Love you guys.
Yes! Well, we love being on this show. GB, I
Yes.
just want to say thank you for running Monster Noire for us this month again. Thank you so much. But I'm always really appreciative whenever you're on the show. So, GB, where can we find you? What do you do?
Graybeard of Graybeard's Tavern, and I have really cut back at this point. Next time you can catch me is back here Thursday nights, which is tomorrow, which is my only real streamed roleplay game other than One Shots and Monster Noire. So 8:30 Central Eastern Standard Time. Other than that, you can see me Sunday mornings where I get to play with all my toys, and we're doing different. We're playing Grifflands right now, but we've been doing some Battle Brothers and some other stuff too. So variety streamer on Sunday mornings at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then Tuesday afternoons, you can see me on a talk show over on Lantern Noir's channel. We do Old Timer Tavern. Between the two of us, we've got almost 80 years of gaming experience. So it's the Old Timer Tavern, and we just have a happy hour, and it's available now in podcast form over on Anchor. And I will try to get clips up or addresses and links and stuff on my Twitter, Graybeard's Tavern. That's it for me, GB.
Hi everyone, my name's Satan. You can find me on Twitter at Vamp or on Twitch and many games. Like this channel, you can find me here once a month playing Monster Noire, and twice a week, next Thursday, so tomorrow, playing Masks. And Sunday nights playing Ram of the Frost Maiden. You can also find me Saturdays over at Valdrian's channel playing Dragon Age, and over at Plot Hunters playing Rise of Tiamat or Horde of the Dragon Queen, or all of them. I get the names confused. But if you'd like to see me on the DMC, you can also catch me Sunday mornings over at the Hype Goblin channel, where I take my friends into my homebrew world and we loosely play D&D. And what I like to call D&D disguised as a telenovela disguised as a D&D game. But other than that, that's me.
Hi, I'm Jen. You can find me here once a month playing Monster Noire, playing an array of weird and wonderful characters. And tomorrow, I will be over at Bella Eldridge's channel, DMing my homebrew world, World of Ashtonville, bringing the players through their discovery of the vestiges of divergence to bring down a vampire monarchy that has taken up a hold in one of the main cities. You can also find me over at the Hype Goblins channel, playing in Satan's campaign as a paladin and an artificer barbarian. One's resting as he's recovered, one is just trying to smooch a cute demon daddy. So that's me.
Hey everybody, I'm Wings, also known as Danae Keener. You can find me at DanaeKeener.com. I do nerdy drawings mostly related to D&D and a lot of things on this channel. You can also find me on at Danae Keener at Twitter, and my streaming schedule is there, DanaeKeener.com.
And if you've made it this far, you probably already know who I am, but if you don't, hey Acorns, what's up? It's me, your buddy, your pal, your friend, the Indoor Adventurer, the showrunner here at twitch.tv/Indoor Adventures. We do shows like this on Monday and Thursday at 5:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, as well as on Sundays at 7 o'clock p.m. Pacific Standard Time. If this is your first time joining us, you can go to youtube.com/Indoor Adventures to check up on all of the VODs of each of the games that we have played on this channel, including full playthroughs of Waterdeep Dragon Heist, Curse of Strahd, Ghosts of Saltmarsh, Tomb of Annihilation, our Tyrant Security game. And like we said, tomorrow's game is going to be the start of a 10-part series, hopefully, that we are calling Masks the Green Sun, that takes place in a homebrew setting. So if you're interested in checking out another Powered by the Apocalypse system, tune in tomorrow night while we get that started and underway. But for now, we are going to be going into our Patreon-supported after show called Nights in the Courtyard, where we answer questions not only from the community, but also from each other. So if you have any questions that you would like to ask myself or any of these other fine folk, feel free to join us for that after show, and we will do our best to respond in kind. So with that, I would like to say once again, thank you to everybody who decided to stop on by. Thank you, GB, for putting up with our bullshit once again this week. And we'll see all of you guys next time. All right, everybody. Bye-bye!